Hello guys, this is Kyra. We are doing a workshop on Google Sites today. This is the start of our Google Sites. We're going to call this Business Fun Vacations, and we are just getting ready to start putting some content onto our page. So we're looking over here at the content blocks. So you can see here, this is like a picture with some text on the side. This one's got 2 pictures, 3 pictures. You know, they have some different places to start. You can also see if I scroll down that you have a lot of options here for what you can drag into your website. So I'm going to drag this one in here, and I'm going to call it our mission. So I'm going to just leave it like that. We're going to fill in the text and pictures later. So the way we've got this set up so far is maybe it's going to be just the header here, and then we're going to talk about our mission statement. This is something good that you can put on your website, maybe on an About Us page. I'm just going to throw it here. If you guys have any design ideas as we're going along, please go ahead and throw those into the chat box. And we will go from there. So this website, we're going to be really focusing on cruises. That's what you guys suggested, was to do some cruises here. So let's see, what do we need to do next? So let's talk about our services. So I like to throw a little bit about services on this home page. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this content block here and drag it in. Okay, I'm not a designer, but we can kind of make things work. And of course, when you're doing your website, you should make it your own. So I want to actually add a text box on top. So you can see they make it really easy to add text boxes and images. This embed is if you were to embed code. You may notice some websites will offer an embed option to embed something into your website. I can't think of a good example off the top of my head, but if you see that and you want to embed it, that would be how you would put in this block. It is an advanced feature. And then Drive, you can pull things in from your Google Drive into here very easily. So let's drag a text box. Let's see, did I grab it? Maybe I just click it. There we go. Click it. So you can see now we have a few sections here. You can see that stuff popping up on the side as we're doing it. So I'm going to drag this section up to here. And you see we have some options for styles. Maybe I'll choose style 3. You can duplicate or you can delete. So what I really want to do here is to create a heading that maybe says our services. And I think I will center that. So we have some basic options, just like we do when we are, creating any sort of text document. So we could even see title. That makes it a little bigger. That might be good. We might leave it like that, and we can kind of mess around with the colors later. So you guys said cruises. So let's say ocean cruises, and let's say river cruises. So you want to make sure that your website is pretty relevant to your niche and whatever it is that you are looking to sell, okay? What you know the most about, that's what you're going to advertise to your clients. So I wouldn't really do this specifically. I would give a little bit more than just ocean and river cruises, but this will at least show you guys how the AI can help us with things like this. So you could even consider, for example, I'll just drag this one in so you can see maybe there's 4 things. Maybe it is cruises, maybe it is all-inclusives, maybe it is food tours, and maybe it is disability travel. You can kind of use this to go into that same sort of idea. Okay, so we're going to start here. We have our mission, we have our services, and then we're going to add in some buttons later. But let's go ahead and start looking for some pictures, okay? So we can start filling this up. So we have our header here that we need a picture for our mission, and then we need ocean and river cruises. So we're going to go find some pictures. I really like to use Unsplash, okay? When you're using pictures for your website, they need to be royalty-free or, available for commercial use. So Unsplash is a great option. The other one is Pexels. These are good options too. You can see search for free photos, okay? They make it really clear there. But make sure that you're not just grabbing pictures off of Google, because that's definitely a big no-no. So let's see, if we're focusing on cruises, then we want to make sure that our pictures are maybe more focused on like the ocean here. So we can see I just typed in ocean, lots of pictures coming up. And I really want to look for a picture for my little header section. So I really want something that's more of this shape, this landscape shape. This one's really pretty here, actually. I like that one a lot. This one is looks like one of their paid photos. Their plus. They have changed this a little bit since I've last been on here. This is a pretty picture too. Maybe we'll download this one as an option. I like the turtle. Okay. And then let's see if we see anything else that we are really liking here. This is a pretty picture too. I don't know that it will go well in the space because it's going to probably chop some of it off, but we can go ahead and grab that too. So just know the first choice picture might not be the one that works on your website in the space that you have. So I always like to have a few options. So maybe I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change my search to beach. Okay. I don't think this is the one we pulled. Maybe it is. This is really pretty as well. I'm going to go ahead and download that one. Okay. I like this flamingo. This is a pretty picture too. Okay, so hopefully one of those is going to work. Let's look for some cruise photos too. So let's say cruise. This is a good photo for sure. I really like this. Now, if you have branding and you have like brand colors and you've gone that far with your branding and marketing, then definitely think about what color the photos are that you're selecting. This is a good photo. If we go back to our website here, these are actually kind of, they are landscape based on the way that it is currently designed. So landscape photos would be good. I'm going to grab this one too. Those are great for ocean cruises, but the river cruises, that's going to be something a little different to find photos for. You can see we can load some more here. Let's see what happens if we search river cruise. Oh, that's a pretty picture, but we don't have that one available. This one's available. We can see this little plus here. And then you can always check the other sites as well. We'll go check Pexels in just a second. That's a good picture. This one's pretty good. Actually, I really like this one a lot too. So we're just pulling some photos here. This one's pretty too. Let's see what we have over here in the Pexels place. So we're going to say, let's type in ocean cruise. And you'll see they have different pictures. This one's really cool, 2 carnival ships. I try not to pick ships that are extremely, obviously branded, just because I don't want to necessarily throw off the customer by that, if they're looking for a certain brand, I don't want them to think that I just do Carnival. So something like this, we as travel agents can probably figure out what cruise line this is, but this is actually pretty generic looking. So I'm going to download that one as well. Okay, so let's go upload some of these pictures. I'm probably going to put it into my drive. I know I can upload from my computer. Okay, let's see here. Let's go to my downloads here. So what about, let's try this one. Okay, so this is the first one. One of the first ones we picked here. So we can try the different header types. This was the large banner. That was just the banner. It definitely looks better, a little bigger. And of course, we have the cover option as well. We're going to put some text over it. Let me see here. The anchor, the image, you can kind of move it around a little bit. And they darkened it a little bit to make it more readable. So there's that picture. Let's see. Yes, you definitely can look at pictures from, or create, images on Canva as well. This one I don't think looks as good on this space. They don't make it as easy to move things around. If you use Canva a lot, this is not the same functionality as Canva. I'm not really feeling that this picture is doing it for me. So I think I'm going to go back to this one. I think this one did look really nice, and leave that there. So we need to come back for a picture for that. Let's look at our ocean cruises. We had, this one looked really good. Let's see here. So this makes it a little easier. You have more cropping options when you're talking about images here, as opposed to the header banner image. So that's an example for our ocean cruises. Let's see about our river cruises. I liked this one a lot. And see, that looks pretty good. So if we see them side by side, they look pretty good together like that. We had a few other options here. So let's see here. Replace image. So we can try some things out. Was it this one? Yeah, I like this picture a lot too. So you can kind of play around with it. Pictures can be really hard, but these are good pictures that we have the rights to use on our websites.
Hey, Kyra, it's Ashley.
Yes.
How did you say we can use these two sources for free?
So it's all about licensing. So you want to look for licenses that allow commercial use. Since we're using it on our website, it is a commercial use application, because these pictures, while they're not directly making us money, they're being used in marketing, which is making us money. So that's a commercial use license. So, you know, when your kids are doing a school project, yeah, they can kind of use a Google photo from Google, because they're not really making any kind of money on it, and it's really just a one-time print. But when you're having a website, it has to be available for commercial use. And these websites do allow that. You can read on, I know for sure for Pexels, they have the license information right at the top. So you want to look for free images, open source images, and images that are available for commercial use. Does that help clarify that?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. So for our mission, maybe we want to do something like, let's say laptop. I don't know. Let's see. Can we find someone working on a computer potentially? I don't like to put actual people, because I'm looking for a photo for our mission. So something like that. I'm not really vibing with any of these photos. Maybe instead we should say desk. And I also, when I have a computer, you want to be mindful of what's on the computer. Done is better than perfect. I don't think that's what we want to be telling our clients. So maybe we can do, and then we can check the other website as well. Maybe like a team. Something like this is really great. Let's go back and see, is it square? No, it's also a landscape photo. So all of our photos so far have been in the landscape orientation. So this one is actually, I really like this photo a lot. You know, they've all got their backs. It's a lot of people. I like the hands in the circle too. I think that looks good. Just think in mind, you know, your branding, right? I do think this picture is really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and download this one, and we will use that. Okay, so let's see. Gotta find it in here. Okay. And let's actually maybe make this a little bigger. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so we are going to start working on some of the content that we're going to fill this out and see how it goes. We're going to probably start with like a little catchphrase or slogan up here. So I have a ChatGPT prompt. This is kind of the start of this. Let me make it a little bigger so you guys can see it better. So when you are working with ChatGPT, and I have a training on this for social media that I can share with you guys too at the end. But when you're working with ChatGPT, you should first start with what ChatGPT kind of is. Who are they, right? And then the second paragraph or the second section should be, who are we? You know, what am I? And then the third part would be, what should it do? So with this prompt here, I actually just redesigned my website and I created most of the content with ChatGPT, with AI. By prompting it in these types of ways. So I want you to act as a website content writer. So we're going to say you are a website content writer. You're telling ChatGPT who it is and that they have extensive knowledge about the travel industry. Okay, so we could even change this to the cruise industry, since that's what we're really selling on this website with this example. So I will provide that you work for my company called Fun Vacations. So that's who we are. We compete in the travel industry as a travel agency. We arrange travel arrangements for clients such as solo travelers, couples, families, and groups. Okay, so the more you can give it, the more it's going to produce better results. Okay, so we can make reservations including hotel and resort accommodations, flights, transportation, rail, rental cars, theme park tickets, activities, tours, and more. You see here, this does not have cruises in it. So I'm going to add that in there. So you can just kind of dump a lot of things into here. This is really especially important when you're looking at AI for social media. So then we specialize in cruises such as ocean cruises. We're going to say river cruises. We put even more stuff in here. Luxury cruises, adults only cruises. And don't, you know, it likes lists like this. It tends to really accept it very well. And family friendly cruises. Okay, so we're going to tell it that. So now it knows what our specialty is. And you will create website content for our website. Let's see. Write our slogan. We're going to start with that. The goal of the is to quickly attract attention of potential clients. Okay, and then use a conversational and friendly writing style. I usually use conversational and friendly writing styles is what I usually tell ChatGPT. That's just kind of how it writes, right? I don't usually try and write extremely professionally on my website. I want it to be a little bit more loose than that, but you can use things like professional, you can use things like persuasive. So this is our prompt. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this in here. And I'm going to go to ChatGPT. So this is chat.openai.com. You can create an account. It's free. You can see here that it has stored my past conversations with it. So that's good too. So when you have an account that again doesn't cost you anything, it will store what you've told it, so you can kind of see what you have said in the past. So I'm going to paste this into here and I'm going to click enter, and it's going to generate some information here. So it's suggesting sail into fun and adventure with Fun Vacations. Your ultimate cruise experience awaits. So that's the slogan that it created. So I'm going to post this again, and I'm going to say, let's see, write 5, let's say, write 5 slogans. So you can give it a number 2, slogans for our business. Okay, so I'm going to ask it to write 5 now. So we'll see what else it comes up with. So you can rerun these things. It always is generating on the spot. So you can tell it the same thing and get a different result every single time. So this one's just taking it a minute to generate here. Okay, so now we got 5 this time. So set sail for unforgettable adventures, discover the world one cruise at a time. Your dream vacation starts here. Cruising made simple, fun, and memorable, and more than travel, it's fun travel. Okay, so out of these, and you know, you can choose whatever you like. I really kind of like this first one, sail into fun and adventure. But of course, you also want to think about your ideal client, right? And what slogan is going to work for them. I think, discover the world one cruise at a time is pretty good too. Your dream vacation starts here. This is a pretty generic one, right? But we're going hard on the cruises with this website example. Cruising made simple, fun, and memorable. I like that one too. This is hard. So this is where the hard decisions come in. So let's see. I think I'm going to go with this one, sail into fun and adventure. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to come over to our website and I'm going to make that our title. Oops. I don't want it to do that. I want to copy into there. Okay. Sail into fun and adventure. So maybe this is a little bit too big. Let's make it a little smaller. Okay. So that is something we can put there. We can make it bold. Okay. So now we kind of have our little header section here. Let's see how it looks if we make it a little smaller. I think that still looks pretty good. So we might just leave it like that. So now we need our mission statement. So I'm going to come back over to ChatGPT here. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to paste in the same thing we were sending before, and then we're going to modify it. Are you guys following so far with the AI prompt that we just did? Okay, I got a yes. Awesome. So generally when you're developing something like this, the first parts you don't have to keep changing. So it's going to be this kind of section here at the bottom that you are going to be changing. So, and you will create website content for our website. Right? Let's say write 3. So we're going to just tell it we want 3 mission statements for our business. The goal of the mission statement is to connect with potential customers with a message that resonates with them. Okay. So we have here, write 3 mission statements for our business. That's the first thing. And then our goal is to connect with potential customers with a message that resonates with them. So then we're going to go ahead and click this. And sometimes you might get something that you don't like. And then at that point, you can just tell it to do something different. You can try changing your wording, or you can just simply rerun it. It is going a little slower today than usually that I see. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Okay, so our mission is simple yet profound: to create unforgettable journeys for travelers of all kinds. Whether you're okay, blah, blah, blah. Your journey begins with us, where every step is designed to make memories that last a lifetime. Yes, you can absolutely describe the customer. So I put in here just this general statement about them. So if you're going for a specific target group, you would want to provide that information. But I have it listed in here as solo travelers, couples, families, and groups, which is very general. We're mostly focusing in on the cruises with these statements, but those are things that you can definitely tweak. Our mission is to turn your travel dreams into a reality. We're not just a travel agency, we're your trusted partners. This one's pretty good. Our pledge is to provide you with the ultimate travel experience, thoughtfully tailored to your desires. I like this last one too. This says our pledge is to provide you with this. So it came up with some good stuff here. You guys can see this can really help you. You can also ask it to rewrite things. If you've written something and you want it maybe reworded or written it maybe in a more better flow, if writing is not your forte, writing is not my forte at all. And we can just copy paste it into here, but you can also say, hey, here's what I've written. Can you rewrite it? So ChatGPT will do that as well. So I'm just copied this one in here. So now we have a mission statement up here as well. I might try to drag this down to be about the same size. That's something that I can kind of do here. You'll see that we can move things around. So they have this kind of grid layout. This is if you're placing the elements by yourself. We used one of these content blocks, so it already spaced things out nicely for us. So now we have our mission statement. Let's see our services. So we're going to go and do the ocean cruises next. So let's see, I'm going to copy paste what I've been saying into here. Okay, and you will create website content for our website. Write one paragraph about ocean cruises. Delete this here. Ocean cruises, the goal of the, let's see, oops, cover two more. The goal of the paragraph is to explain what services we provide for clients traveling on ocean cruises. And we can even change this here. We can create website content for the services section on our website. So we can give it more information there. So if you were to have an entire page on cruises, which is something, you know, we can look at doing next week at the workshop. So you can kind of tell it, hey, I'm writing an about us page, or I'm writing a cruises page, or I'm writing a all-inclusives page. So let's go ahead and run this. Sometimes it writes a lot. This is probably more than I wanted it to write. So I'm actually going to go in here and say write less and see if, let's see if it can make it something shorter. Okay, now that's like almost too short. Sometimes you can get in a little battle with this. Write a little bit more. There we go. That's something in the middle there. So what did we get? Fun Vacations is your go-to source for an effortless ocean cruise experience. We take care of all the details. Our goal is to ensure that your ocean cruise is not just a vacation, but a memorable journey. Okay. Okay, so that's decent. I don't know that it's my favorite thing it's popped out so far today, but let's try this again for river cruises, and then we can kind of compare those two. So let's see what it spits out this time. It's probably going to spit out a lot. We'll see. It does, just so you're aware, when you're in this chat, it remembers what you've previously said. So sometimes you can go down this rabbit hole where maybe it seems to be really stuck on something you said previously, at which point you can just open a new chat over here and then just start fresh, and then it will no longer have the memory of what happened previously. So write a little bit less. That's too little. So it is generally writing the same thing. So I'm going to say, let's change this up and do something a little different, because it's basically writing the same thing. We're going to help you find a cruise line. We're going to help you pick a cabin. So let's instead say, write one paragraph about river cruises is to briefly explain what, let's see, what a client would experience on a river cruise. So maybe make it more about the cruise and less about the service. Let's see what happens now. So we can start fiddling around with this. Let's see. It's really thinking hard here. This is probably better. What do you guys think about what it's spitting out so far? This kind of seems more selling you on a river cruise than what we were seeing previously. Okay. There we go. That seems better to me. They had something about food in here. I know we were talking about that previously. So this is much better. I think this is more in line with what I was expecting we'd be kind of writing on this section of the website. So then let's go in here and let's do the same thing for ocean cruises. I'm going to just leave it long for purposes of the training, but you can always edit these things down too. I've certainly done that about ocean cruises. And let's see what it spits out for that. So now it's going really fast. So it's definitely thinking on the last one. The sway of the ship lulling you into relaxation. Sometimes it's kind of funny what it spits out. I feel like this is pretty good. I think that these are decent starts. Of course, you're going to want to probably make some slight modifications to it. So here's our river cruises. I'm going to drop it in there. And I'm going to come back over here. And I'm going to drop this one in there. Okay. And you'll notice they're about the same length. That's something you definitely want to keep in mind when you're doing like columns like this on a website, is that you generally want them all to be about the same length. You'll see there's some things I'd want to change here. They both start with embark. Okay. I would want to make those types of changes, but for purposes of this training, I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. So let's do one other thing here, and then I'll open it up for questions in just a moment. So let's do a footer here. So you should have a footer. I'm going to go over here. So you should always have a copyright symbol in your on your website. So what I do, let's see here. I can see one right here as I actually just Google it and I find one and I just copy it and then I paste it. That's my secret. So I don't have to learn the commands. Copyright 2023 by Fun Vacations. You may want to put here based in, for me, it's Houston, Texas. So that's something we can do here. So then let's go with that. That's our footer. It's going to appear on every single page of our website. So you can kind of mess around with your footer a little bit. But the last thing that I want to show you guys today is actually a button. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to go ahead and drop this button in. So we're going to call it request a quote. And just for purposes of training, I'm going to actually link this to just google.com just so you guys can see that it works. But if you have a quote request form or a contact form, I'll show you guys how you can embed one into your website next week in the next training. But you would just put that link here, and whatever name you put is going to be what the button says. So I'm going to go ahead and insert this. And what I want to do here actually is I want to put some text into here. And I want to pull this up here. And I wonder, yes, I can drag the text box down to here. So you can kind of pull and move some things around. So what I want to do is actually make this probably the whole width here, so you can see how they have the lines to do this kinds of stuff. And I'm going to say, contact us today. Let's make this a heading. Let's center it. And I don't want my button to be that big. Let's see if I can disconnect my button a little bit. I think they were looped together. Yeah, they are looped together. That's okay. We'll fix it. So that's pretty good. And then I'm going to pull it back into the center. So you can see it does help you with centering things kind of like Canva would. So we have our contact us today. Okay. So this button will link to wherever you want to link it to. Okay, so here we go. We have a home page for our website. I want to show you guys what this looks like. So up here at the top, we have a few things that I do want to show you guys. If you are going to start working on a website for your business, or you already have, you can have your undos and redos up here. We have our preview button, which I'll show you guys in just a second. Share if somebody's helping you with your website, maybe, you know, a business partner, or maybe, you know, a accountability partner, or a friend or family member, you can actually give someone else edit access here. We have some settings, some more things here that you can do, and then of course your publish. Okay, and we can talk about the domains next week. So sail into fun and adventure. This is what the website is going to look like to anybody who goes to it on the web, like on a computer. So you can see this is what they're going to see. And when they click this button, it's going to open up google.com, because that's how we set it up. But this is just a general homepage here. You can also change what you're looking at it from. So a phone, if you are developing a website and you haven't checked what it looks like on a phone, then you need to make sure you are doing that, because sometimes mobile can be a completely different look. So you can see here, I put all of our pictures towards the top, which is good because it's actually laid out nicely. It didn't get all screwy or confusing. So it worked out for us here. It doesn't always work out that way. And you can see what it looks like on a tablet as well. And then this little X button will get us out of it. And then to publish, you can go up here and click publish. So Google Sites is going to give you a free URL, but it is exactly what's posted here. So I have fun vacations. So if I wanted to change it to fun vacations for all, you'll see that it can change that URL. This URL is available for free, but I recommend a custom domain if you're going to do a website, so they can go to funvacations.com or whatever your business name is. Okay, so that would be the publishing process. Through this custom domain, you just need to click manage and follow the instructions, but you do have this site here that you can publish to at the start. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then I will open up for any questions. Okay, thank you guys.